Here's Johnny.
Take your stinking paws off.
Be cool. Be cool.
You fools, you're in danger! It's alive! It's alive! Wait, 21 gigawatts! Hallelujah! Holy shit! You told me this?
Jack burnt me.
Won't do any good to run, girly boy. Stop it!
What's up, you movie-loving bastards, and welcome back to another collection update. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and today I have, I'm probably going to only be able to get through part of my Giallo collection, but, because it's kind of big, bigger than I thought it was going to be. So this is going to be my Giallo collection. I actually found like 14 more zombie films in my collection that I don't know how I misplaced them when I was looking through. But I'll have to do that video some other time and finish off the zombie collection. But right now, let's go right into the Giallo. So Italian thrillers, horror movies, really stylish flicks. So let's get it going with the first one. The first film, I guess, could be categorized also as a slasher film, like most Giallos sometimes end up being, but it is Torso. This one is really badass. This is probably one of the first movies that I actually reviewed in video form on the channel, and if not, then I'm gonna have to do that. I swear this is like one of the first ones I did. But yeah, Sergio Martino directed it. He's got a shitload of good films. Not only just Giallo, but just thrillers in general. He's just a really good director. I've got a lot of his stuff. Even some of the crazy ones that are a little batshit crazy. But this one is from Arrow. Just picked it up recently. I want to say like last month. And just a really, really good flick. Just a... it's all centered in this kind of like country town, college town. And these girls go up to this villa on the top of the mountains, kind of secluded, and they just end up getting picked off by a crazy killer that kind of follows them previously in their life. I know one girl gets knocked off at a party, some crazy orgy, she gets killed, and the rest of her friends get killed off in different random ways. But really cool, really stylish. You can definitely feel Sergio Martino's style in this one. So if you haven't seen this one, interested about it, check it out on the channel. I have my review up there, and just a really great flick. Add it to the collection because it is that great. Let's go to the next one. The next one is one of my favorite ones. I'll probably do them one at a time. I have two Luciano Ercoli flicks. First one is Death Walks on High Heels. Another Arrow release. I picked this one recently, just like Torso. Upgraded my DVDs that I had of them. And it's just a really, really, really great flick. This one is not my favorite of the two that I just picked up, but I love this one. I did a review on it on my blog, I believe, and I don't know if I upgraded it to a video review, so I'm definitely gonna have to check that out, because this is one of the good ones, one of the really good ones I like. I like his other film, but a lot more. But this one is really great, great characters. It's more of a thriller mystery than anything. Not a lot of murders happen in it. It's like a cat and mouse kind of game. This woman right here, she has to change her life around and move out to somewhere else, and she's afraid someone's stalking her, and they end up, following her to where she's at in this country town, and it's just really cool. Just like most Giallos, I'm gonna say, very stylish, very, very sleek and cool. But it stars Susan Scott. She goes by Susan Scott, but then she also goes by Neves Navarro. And she is probably one of my favorite Italian Giallo scream queens. For some reason, she's up there in the running with Edwige Fenech, if that's how you say it. That's how I always pronounce it. If it isn't, I'm sorry, I apologize. Don't beat me up and if you ever see me in public. But yeah, Neves Navarro is just stunning, and I just love her in every film that she appears in. So if you're into giallos with stunning women, check this one out. Death Walks on High Heels. But let's go to my favorite of these two pairings, and that would be Death Walks at Midnight. This one is just really, really great. I just love the style to this one, and I love the main killer's... The killer's weapon of choice is this, like, gauntlet with spikes, if you can kind of make that out there. But yeah, it's just really cool. Suzanne Scott's in it, Neves Navarro, aka... she's in this one again, and like the other one, she is being pursued by a faceless killer that nobody knows who it is. She witnesses... I'm trying to recall, she witnesses a murder, but it's in her dreams. It becomes true, and she, for some reason, I think she was on the radio or something like that, people heard that she knew about this death, so the killer is stalking her, trying to shut her up from spreading the information that she has in her head. So it's a really weird and surreal kind of out there giallo flick with a lot of supernatural crazy elements that are into it because of that whole dream, you know, plot. But another great Luciano Ercoli flick. I do not know if I have this one on the channel either. I'm starting to get so confused of what I've done and what I haven't done, because it's mostly, I mostly do the reviews at random. Like, whatever I'm just feeling, bam, grab that movie, watch it, review it. There's no rhyme or reason to these things. It's just kind of to keep me busy, keep me sane, but this one, if I haven't done a video review on it, I will put one up. If I did do one, then check it out if this sounds interesting. Really great flick, and both of those movies are really good. Luciano Ercoli does a really great job with them. So definitely check these ones out. It's a great Neves Navarro starring flick. And let's move on to the next one. Now, the next couple are going to be the same actress. I collect almost every single one of her movies. And that is Edwige Fenech. And again, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, sue me. But this one is The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. It is a great kind of erotic thriller giallo flick. Of course, Edwige Fenech stars in it. And a lot of her starring giallo flicks kind of blur together for me, unless I do a review on them and kind of refresh myself about it, because she's done so many of them. But this one's really, really cool. George Hilton is in it, and pretty much like most of her starring flicks, she's tormented in it. Just like most giallos, the women are tormented by some crazy killer and they don't know who it is. But this one is a really, really cool flick. Plays with your head, has a really cool conclusion to it. It kind of a mind-boggling conclusion from what I can remember. But and Sergio Martino directed this one. So just like Torso, same director. And I'm going to have to look through all my Giallo video reviews to see what I have and haven't done, because I cannot remember. These all blur together from when I did them on my blog and when I do video reviews on the YouTube channel. So I can't remember what I've officially put on the YouTube channel or what I haven't. So definitely check this one out if it's on the channel, and if it isn't, I'm going to have to start running through all of my Giallo flicks and putting reviews up, because it seems like there's a lot of guys and gals out there that are digging the Giallo flicks that I'm doing. So I'm going to just give you what you want and start really unearthing all these ones, because some of them I haven't even seen. I'm really interested to check them out. I just watched Short Night of Glass Dolls a couple nights ago. I did a review. That's the next one I'll be uploading. So yeah, there's a lot of discoveries to be had. But up next is another Edwige Fenech starring flick, and it is All the Colors of the Dark. This one's really, really cool. Super psychedelic. It has to do with satanic cults, and she gets mixed up in them. And there's a lot of dreamlike sequences where you don't know what the hell is going on. You don't know if it's reality or if it's in her head, if she's going crazy, if she's a psycho killer. There's just a lot going on in this flick particularly. And this is a Sergio Martino directed flick, another great one of his. I told you, this guy just puts out some good shit. But there's also, yeah, George Hilton is in this one again, and Susan Scott. So Neves Navarro is in here too. She just has kind of a bit side part. She's a friend of the main character, Edwige Fenech. and you don't know if she's in it or not. There's a lot of, you know, like red herrings and who's killing and who's manipulating who kind of thing, but that's what happens in Giallo flicks. But All the Colors of the Dark, really great flick. I do believe I reviewed that one on the channel, so there is a video for that one, because I remember I wanted to revisit that a few years ago just to get my head wrapped around it and put the review up. So check that one out for sure. Another great Sergio Martino flick. And let's move on to another amazing Giallo flick. It is The Case of the Bloody Iris. Another Edwige Fenech starring flick. And this one, I'm going to have to jog my memory on this one because I do not remember. Vacant Apartments. Alright, I think this is the one where, of course, as always, she's a damsel in distress being attacked by a killer. But something to do with an apartment complex where somebody just moves in and gets murdered, and then they're trying to figure out who it was, who was the killer. I think she was a neighbor or something like that. Definitely, I'm going to have to check this one. It's been a while, and I might have done a review on it. I am not sure, but yeah, this one's really, really cool from what I can remember. I can't remember who directed this one. Anthony Ascott. So that name doesn't ring a bell, so I don't know what other stuff he's done. But definitely, I definitely recommend it, because when I remember it is a great flick. It's been forever since I watched it. George Hilton is in it again. That guy is everywhere in these flicks. But definitely check this one out, The Case of the Bloody Iris. That's my Blue Underground release on DVD. I want to start upgrading to Blu-ray. Death Walks at Midnight, Death Walks on High Heels, and Torso are all ones I upgraded, so I'm slowly upgrading the collection. But next is Strip Nude for Your Killer. I was just about to say Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, but this is definitely not a Sylvester Stallone flick. Strip Nude for Your Killer, I don't know why I was going to say that. But this is another Blue Underground DVD release. They put all these out back in the day, so this is how I grabbed them up. But another Edwige Fenech starring flick. Great Giallo flick. I remember I have made a video review of this one. I'm pretty positive. And this is Andre Bianchi, who directed this guy. And this is, I mean, there's not much difference between describing one Edwige Fenech starring flick from the other, especially in Giallos. They always have that typical black-gloved killer going around killing women for some particular reason or another. So it's hard to describe each one as being unique from the others, but you really have to watch them for yourself to see how the style is, how each director handles the material. It's really interesting to go through. But this one's Strip Nude for Your Killer, really enjoyable, really great. I mean, all of these movies, I would recommend every single one of these movies. Top-notch Giallos, all around. But let's just keep moving along with Your Vice is a Locked Room, and Only I Have the Key. One hell of a title for a pretty decent Giallo flick. Upgraded this one recently on Arrow Blu-ray. Just top-notch release, just like the other three that I got recently to upgrade. Sergio Martino, another one, knocks it out of the park. Edwige Fenech does a great job in this one. I think she plays a more sinister role in this one than her other ones. Her other roles are more innocent damsel kind of the killer's after, and this one she plays more of a sadistic person, I remember. So definitely do not have this one on the channel, so I'm gonna have to check this one out, reacquaint myself with it, and put a review up. But let's just keep moving along. Yeah, plenty more to go through. I'm gonna try to churn all these bastards out. But the next one I have not seen. I just picked this up because it was super cheap. But it is The Perfume of the Lady in Black. And I do not believe, I'm having a hard time trying to realize if I have this in DVD form in my collection somewhere. But yeah, I got the Blu-ray regardless because I have not seen this one. It looks pretty cool, pretty atmospheric from the trailer. And I don't really believe I've seen too many films with the main actress, Mimsy Farmer. So give it a go. How the hell can you go wrong with a Giallo, right? but it's directed by Francesco Barilli. I do not know much about the director, and I'm hoping to remedy that when I watch this flick. So, The Perfume of the Lady in Black. Don't know much about it, looking forward to checking it out. If anyone's seen it, let me know what you think. If it's a lesser tier Giallo flick, who gives a shit, I'm watching it anyways. But let's keep moving on with a favorite of mine, because I just watched this one and I loved it. It's a very unorthodox Giallo flick, more centralizing on like a mystery, and it's all from the perspective of a man who is on the autopsy room table, and people are about to cut into him, and he's kind of going back in time in his memories trying to figure out how he ended up there. And that is Short Night of Glass Dolls. It didn't say the title. This one is a damn good Giallo. Not your typical Giallo at all. It's actually surprisingly personal. It's a very personal story. Like, you get emotionally wrapped up in this guy's predicament and how he got there. Kind of goes over like this woman that he fell in love with, and then she disappears one night, and he's just kind of hunting for her while kind of getting in danger's way, because a lot of seedy elements kind of wrapped her up in her disappearance. But definitely a damn good flick. Highly recommended. It's going to be my next review coming out. I just posted seconds ago the Night of the Seagulls review, the Blind Dead 4th entry. So I'll be doing this one next. Really great flick. Can't recommend it enough, and stay tuned for that review. And next is, strangely enough, Autopsy. And like Short Night of Glass Dolls, has to do with a kind of medical Giallo flick where a lot of violent suicides are happening in Rome. And this one, I loved this one when I watched this like 5 or 6 years ago, but I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around what it was actually about. Because there's just too many damn flicks in this world, and I seem to have to watch every single one of them. But it's directed by Armando Crispino. And I know I wrote up a review on my blog, but I do not know if I did a video review for this. So I'm going to have to check that out and see. And if I didn't, I will definitely put a review up in video form. But this is put out by Blue Underground on DVD. Have not upgraded it. Do not know if there is a Blu-ray to upgrade to, but I will have to look into that. But let's keep moving around, or keep moving on. I'm losing my voice here. But the next one is a very strange Giallo flick. It borders on slasher because it is right there in the heyday of 80s slashers. This one is Stage Fright. And I say that as a question because I believe there is a longer title for it. I think it was like Aquarius or something like that. But yeah, this one is a batshit crazy Giallo flick where the main killer is wearing a giant owl suit and hacking up people with an axe. And it's circled around a musical. They're rehearsing for the musical, and all the theater actors and stuff like that are trapped inside the theater when they're doing their last rehearsal, and a crazy person is just going around hacking them all up. So it's really cool. Definitely one of the more stylish and bizarre Giallo slasher flicks out there. It's directed by Michele Soavi. I don't know how to pronounce this damn name. It could be Michael, it could be Michelle, it could be Soavi, it could be Soavi, whatever the hell it is. Guy makes damn good flicks, so I should really research his name and how to say it. But Stage Fright, badass. I actually did a review for this one 2 or 3 years ago on the channel, so check that out. Stage Fright, and it goes by also Aquarius. I think Stage Fright Aquarius. So check that one out for sure. Totally badass. But next up is a double feature flick. And I believe both of these films are by Emilio Miraglia. I'm horrible at names. But it is The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave and The Red Queen Kills 7 Times, I believe. Yep, kills 7 times. And this one was in a kind of special edition box set where it came with a little figurine I don't know where the hell I put the figurine. It might be still packed up and stuff when I moved. But yeah, both great Giallo flicks. The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave is kind of about a husband whose wife dies, but then he remarries, and the kind of new wife is kind of being haunted by the old wife. It's kind of really mind-boggling like that. But that's that flick. And then The Red Queen Kills 7 Times is kind of a childhood accident where somebody dies, and then years later the siblings are kind of haunted by that memory, and then somebody's dressed up like a crazy red queen and a red cape going around stabbing people, and it's all kind of interlinked. So 2 really good flicks by Emilio P. Miraglia, and just great flicks. I know I don't know if I did one of them or both. They both might be on the channel. But yeah, look into that. This came out on DVD by No Shame, so a really good edition. I wanted to upgrade it because I know they have, I think Arrow put out both of these flicks. I had my finger on the trigger and just didn't commit to it and went with, I think, Torso and Death Walks on High Heels and Death Walks at Midnight. But let's keep moving along. I'm going to try to get this out in one video. It might be long as hell, but get it out of the way. And next one is very strange, surreal, atmospheric Giallo flick. And that is The House with the Laughing Windows. It is by my favorite, my favorite director to pronounce his name, Pupi Avati, and it's a really strange film about a guy going to a church to restore a fresco, and he lives in this weird house in the middle of nowhere, but the whole town is really strange. They have this mystery or weird past where everyone's kind of keeping it hush-hush, but he kind of stumbles upon things, and not a lot of killing in this movie, but a whole hell of a lot of mystery and intrigue. But definitely check this one out, The House with the Laughing Windows. It's probably one of my favorite Pupi Avati films. Zetter is another one, but I have this one on video review form on the channel, so definitely check that one out to see a more in-depth look on it, because it really is something you should look out for. Not a lot of people talk about it, and it really is something that kind of a lost gem that nobody's seen. Definitely check that out. Let's keep moving on to a 3-disc set here with The Fifth Chord, The Forbidden Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion, and then the last one is The Pajama Case Girl, the Pajama Girl Case. And for these guys, I think I reviewed yeah, every single one of these ones. So if you want to look more into these films, definitely check out these 3. The Fifth Chord, I did that one. Forbidden Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion, and The Pajama Girl Case. All great flicks, all with their own flavor. Great cast in all of them, and just a lot of style in all 3 of these films. It's one hell of a triple pack. I always like to have the films, you know, in a single form, but I saw this one dirt cheap, all on DVD, and I just wanted to see all the films to see what they were like, so I picked them up years ago. Never regretted it. But I'm trying to think of who the directors are on all these films. Shit, doesn't say. Well, I don't know, but yeah, check out the review. But yeah, they're damn good films. That's all you need to know. Check them out. I know Franco Nero is in The Fifth Chord. He does an amazing job in that one. So just check those ones out. Definitely great films, all 3 of them. But the next film up is a Jess Franco one, and it's one I haven't watched since I first picked up the film, this edition. And it is Nightmares Come at Night. And the only thing I remember about this film was one of the main actresses in it, Soledad Miranda, and just because I was trying to hunt down her films because she was kind of an intriguing actress where she died super young and is extremely beautiful. But yeah, the film in general, I don't remember too much about it because it's been so long. But Jess Franco always pulls something crazy out of his ass, so definitely something I'll need to revisit and check out, because it's always good to reacquaint yourself with films you've watched long ago that you've forgotten. But Nightmares Come at Night, I'll have to give it a look. Can't tell much about it. But the next one is an interesting Giallo that isn't as well known as some of these guys, and it is The Bloodstained Shadow. Have not seen this one yet. I was actually meaning to watch it recently because I want to start churning out some Giallo reviews on the channel. But definitely looked interesting from the trailer when I first watched the trailer a long time ago. And I definitely want to check this one out and let you guys know what I think. And Antonio Bido or whatever directed this one. Yeah, it's a very just under the radar flick that nobody knows about, nobody talks about. So I'm gonna have to check it out for myself and let you know what I think. And last but definitely not least, well, I don't know because I haven't really seen this film, is Who Saw Her Die? It's another Anchor Bay release, just like this guy here, the 2 Giallo collection. And just like I said, I have not seen this one, so I do not know. I usually mix this one up with What Have You Done with Solange or something like that, and just the titles, I guess, Who Saw Her Die, I just mix them up in my head. So I do not remember anything about this film if I did watch it, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. Because I think I would remember the cast. It's got Adolfo Celi, Anita Strindberg, and George Lazenby, the one-time James Bond. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check this one. I swear I've seen parts of this because some of this sounds familiar, but yeah, I'm going to have to give it a watch. Aldo Lado directed it, and it's about all I remember from this one. But guys, we have reached the end of this super long video, and that is my entire Giallo collection, unless I run into some more that I for some reason missed, like I did with the zombie films. But that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you found some cool gems, long lost Giallos that you haven't seen before. I know a few of you guys have been mentioning that you just started on the hunt for Giallo flicks, so hopefully this gets you started. Get you some good references to start hunting and watch some cool flicks. But that's it for me today. I will see you all at the next video review or the collection updates. But until then, take care and stay out of trouble like I said before. Farewell, Auf Wiedersehen and all that crap. Bye, take care, goodbye, get out of my house. Bye.